Welcome to another week of Almost There. It's your boy Jay.
It's your boy Vale, a.k.a. Smoke.
And this is everybody's favorite daddy, Papier.
Hadouken!
Never gets old.
And we got our young program director, Lord Darkskin, as the young ladies know him, Noah.
We got our sound guy in here, Young Current, a.k.a. Solo.
A.K.A. Silk the Shock.
And as Jay stated, this is Almost There.
So, how was your week, Papier?
Man, great birthday. I apologize. I mean, real nigga holiday. Oh, man, I got some great gifts. Got to eat dinner with the family and everything. And it was just a great overall ending. Like, my buddies took me out to one of my favorite arcades and went out and had some drinks and everything. Perfect birthday, perfect weekend. Can't complain. How was yours?
You capped your weekend off at a sausage fest?
No.
Did you
I don't know how to answer that. That just hit me blindside. Pause.
That's what she said.
No, man. My week was good. Man. As always, full of work. Never off, man. You know, once you leave at 9 to 5, you gotta go home and take care of home. So you got the baby and the lady. But I can't complain about nothing, man. My life is good. I'm happy where I'm at right now. I had a pretty good week. How about you, Smoke?
Hold on. So you ain't never hit that, damn, I gotta go home.
No, you know what? Prior to my baby, Dad was like, damn, I'm gonna sit in the car for a little bit, you know?
He don't mean that. He just didn't want to, he just didn't want to come in and clean up. Like he knew he messed up that morning. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Smoke, how was your week, man?
My week was good. Nothing out the ordinary, of course. You know, we all got to kick it a little bit. We took a little part in Papier's Real Nigga Holiday. He allowed us to celebrate a little bit of the holiday with him, so that was good.
That was an adventure.
Yes.
Yeah, it
was
was.
an adventure.
We got a do-over coming, though. We're going to go there early this time when they first open, and we're going to hit a casino.
We ain't going to no casino. I don't want to go to no damn
I'm
casino.
sorry, we're going to hit a casino.
There we go.
right.
I'm going if we ain't good. If it's a casino,
No, we
I
ain't
don't
go.
want
We
to
going
be
to the casino.
We're going to take a casino.
Yeah, but other than that, my week was decent. Work's plodding along, and I had a decent weekend.
Yeah, and then not to mention, you know, we got family in town now, so it's good to see him. You know,
Right.
It's pretty much it's been a good week, man. It's been a
And
good
the
week.
Lord blessed us with great weather.
Great weather and another day.
Yes.
So yeah, it's been a good week. We can't complain about anything.
No, I mean, well, no, there are things to complain about.
But you ain't got nobody to listen to, care about it.
I would listen. I wouldn't give a fuck that you was complaining, but I would listen.
What's the point? I need you to care when you listen. At least
You know,
act like you care, goddamn.
I wouldn't care because real men don't listen to other men complain. You know, so I care about that shit.
That's right.
Nah, that's because a real man don't complain. He take everything and he make it happen himself.
First off, why are we talking about another man's stuff right now, man? Real stuff. I don't want to talk about no other man's stuff, man. Don't worry about what. That's the problem right now.
If any of this is sounding familiar to you guys, I'm pretty sure you've seen the Breakfast Club interview with Dave Dash. And for us, the three of us, we all have almost the same viewpoint on how that thing went. Papier, how about you give us your take on the interview?
Okay. Now, you know me. I never hold my tongue. He's an asshole to the 10th power. He makes Smoke over here look like an angel. But
I am an angel.
With that being said,
Angel of whose army?
Hey, Lucifer was an angel. You do know that.
he was, but I don't think
Did
he
you
wanted
hear
to be
what you
associated.
said was?
Well, I mean, he still is. You know what I'm saying?
Falling right into hell. But with that being said, that doesn't take anything away from him being a business savvy person. Like, if I want to make money, I would be a fool not to have him on my team. But the thing that I have a problem with is his delivery, with how he tries to explain certain things. It's like you get it, but then he comes off so left field, and he comes off so insulting at times. It's like, I don't really want to fuck with him. But then again, it's like, I want to fuck with him because he got that money.
It's a gift and a curse, you know, because he has a mindset of, you know, I've done so much. And I kind of almost really feel like he got a little Richard complex. You know?
I invented the shit.
Yeah,
all of you.
Even though he says like he don't look for the kudos, I don't buy it because everything was when I don't know if you paid attention when he was talking about Envy's Angels.
Yeah, I seen that. About
He
the
said,
chain.
"Yeah, I like your chain. You know, what made you do that?" And Envy gave him the whole story. You
With
know
his
how he
kids.
did it for his kids. And Dad said, "Yeah, I helped design that. I was the first person to do that." You know what I mean? So it can small things like that give you an insight on how a person really feels or thinks. You know what I mean? His thought process is right now in life. I don't think he feels he gets his proper just due. And he's kind of like a bitter man about it. You know, he's almost like a scorn man.
I got
Because
that. I got
I
that.
honestly feel like business minds, and being a black entrepreneur, Dan Dash is at the top of the food chain.
I can even say I can go far as say he's second to none in that.
His attitude and his I don't know what I want to call it, but for lack of better words, his path to get there is terrible. You know what I mean? Because even though this may not be how he feels, the way it comes across is you got to do what you got to do by any means necessary. Anybody else who's not doing what you doing ain't on shit.
Fuck him.
It ain't even necessarily fucking, but it's just like, okay, if you living your life, you know what I'm saying, to survive, like 90% of the world, you going to work every day. If you got to punch somebody clock, you don't care about your life.
Yeah, I did catch that, and
Yeah, because he said that.
yeah, he did actually.
And I think that's how do you say you don't care about your life to the working class, and then in the same sentence turn around and try to sell them something?
And then everybody is not born to be a leader.
Even if you're not born to be a leader, how is a leader going to tell you you ain't never going to be a boss because all you do is work for other people? But since you got to work for somebody else, why don't you come spend your money with me?
That's a business man.
That's an idiot. There's no way in a business plan that tells you to insult your demographic. Why would you insult the people you trying to get to purchase your product?
True.
I don't think he's trying to be insulting. And that doesn't mean that he's not insulting.
Right.
But I don't think he's trying to be insulting. I think what it is as great of a businessman as he has, he need a PR person.
But the thing about him is he's too arrogant and Audrey to get one.
But he still needs one. He needs a filter. He needs a buffer.
I
He
think-
needs somebody that he can tell his thoughts to, and they can reword it.
But I think
somebody else.
his arrogance won't allow that to happen.
It won't. His arrogance won't allow it to happen because he figures he's real. And you know what I'm saying? And if you can't accept what the realness of what I'm saying, then fuck you. But the thing about it is, most of the realness that he's saying is it comes off it's you don't want to say idiotic, but it comes off as not well thought out. It's one of the things where, as you know, as soon as it hits the mind, it comes out the mouth, and he doesn't get to process it first. Because if you've noticed later on, if you have a long enough conversation, he's gonna contradict what he said earlier in the conversation.
Oh yeah.
There were a lot of contradictions in that.
So I think he's a wonderful businessman. I just think after that, I mean, you just probably kind of need to turn him off.
He's a great businessman, but a horrible people person.
But you know, like he said though, it's Harlem niggas. That's how we get down.
Yeah, and I think he's giving Harlem a bad name by saying that, because I don't believe that's how everybody in Harlem is. You know, and the thing is, most of the time, like a lot of the stuff that they would champion, I can't get the ing out on the word.
That's
See it?
okay. We
Championing.
understand.
There you go. I
just put it out.
I didn't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Like how they were talking about if you're going to be honorable, the things that they were considering honorable, I don't consider that honorable.
I can see. One of them I could about the pushing, the kid out the way and save him. But I can see that's the only
that's
thing.
not honorable. Why would it be honorable for me to push my kid? Because you know what honorable would be? For me to teach my kid not to walk his ass out in front of a car. Why do I got to push him out in front of the car if I've taught his ass not to be out in front of that car?
But there are accidents where people would jump on when they drive crazy and they get hit that curb, hit the curb, and they might, drunk drivers, anything can happen. Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that part. What you're trying to say, okay? It's honorable to help out in a certain
And
way.
that's
but
what I'm
they were
saying.
putting more honor on the fact of if this nigga over here is the shooter or the kingpin or whatever, there for me not to tell on him is honorable. You know what I'm saying? Or if the fact of the matter is,
No, Dame said if you are next to a murderer, you see a murder and you call it in, that's not snitching. You cool on that. The thing about it is, if you was doing dirt with somebody and y'all get caught, if he murdered somebody and you snitch on him, that's not honorable.
okay, I'm sorry then. I apologize, Dame. I misheard because I agree with that shit. Now, if y'all doing dirt together and you go off and snitch, hell no, we don't fuck with you either.
So he said if you see somebody commit a crime and you ain't involved in it and you call the police, that ain't snitching. You doing your civic duty, your civil duty.
Okay, I didn't hear that part. I probably, like I said, I misheard that then because I thought he was trying to say if you know somebody doing dirt, you know what I'm saying, and you just supposed to pat him on his back or some shit. I wasn't rocking with that. Oh, but if if you do a dirt with a person and you snitch on them, then you deserve to have you. We won't get into all that. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy.
And then the other part I didn't like was when he's trying to make his point about being a boss or owning something when he was talking about to Envy. To me, I don't know if you guys got it, but I think you did. It seemed like he was insulting him or trying to say like, your son don't respect you because you don't own nothing.
I didn't get so much as he don't respect you, but I got the whole, employees breed employees, employers breed employers. So it was of the mindset of because you work for somebody, you're raising your child not to have the mindset to be an owner. You raising your child to work for somebody else.
But he also said your son looking at you like, oh man, well my dad ain't no owner, so.
Well, no, I think the thing about it is I think that I can understand how you see it like that, but from my perspective, I saw it as your son see you get up and go to work every day, so that's what your son gonna think is the right way to live.
And I got that too. I just still think the way that delivery, I would have been insulted. I would have lost my job that day.
Well, just see, I didn't take it that way. Now there were things that I do agree with you. There were things that happened in that conversation where you could be like, you know what, dude, you kind of straddling the line, especially when you're talking about how my kids perceive me. Like, yeah, I can understand that, but in that particular aspect, I didn't see it. I read much deeper into it. Not along the lines of him being disrespectful, but more along the lines of saying like, because your man ain't of mine, your child ain't gonna be on the same level as mine as far as where they're gonna be when they get older. Your son might end up working for my son, not in a disrespectful way, but just because I'm raising my child to be an owner, you raising your child to be a worker.
I think at the beginning and the first portion of the middle of the interview, I took Dame Dash as being really disrespectful. But then toward the end, I mean, the disrespect changed, and then I took it more so as him being confrontational to elicit a response or to elicit a change of mind. And it's just the way that he was saying some of the stuff, I couldn't have handled it. But I think like when he was talking to him, it was more so to kind of create a change of thought in him. I'm saying to kind of make them think, okay, I don't have to work for somebody, because I think the conversation works better. The conversation that he was having works better with the people he was having it with. You know what I'm saying? Because they are in the position to be bosses in their own right now. A lot of stuff he was saying, it does not translate to other people like who are not in that situation, because everybody can't just go out, put their own money into a indie film or whatever and sell it online, because they don't have the resources to do that. So you have to start somewhere, and that's the question he would never answer when it was like, well, how is that regular Joe supposed to?
Yeah, little Timmy out of college.
I'm right out of high school, you know what I'm saying, and I don't want to ever work for anybody, but what's my avenue? How do I, you know what I'm saying, take that next step? And their whole thing was just always Twitter out there and it's Facebook and whatever, but that don't make you a business. And just because I put a video on Facebook don't get me any money. It don't get me, you know what I'm saying, the ability. I'm not saying it's not possible. I said, but just because I put it there, that doesn't just translate to money just because I posted a video to Facebook.
And I think 5% of the people actually, only 5% of people make money off of the population that has videos on Facebook and stuff. Only 5% of that population actually make money.
Well, to kind of go back along to speak to what Smoke was just saying, I agree with what you're saying. And actually to piggyback off what you said too, the population of people that actually do make a profit or do make it big or are able to be seen, the margin is very small. However, there is that possibility, and I believe that that's what he's holding on to, because I did it. So I know you can do it.
But then and he did it when it wasn't nothing like that.
Right, and this is his thing. There was no social media at the time when I did it. So if I was able to do it without a Twitter, without a Facebook, without an Instagram, there's no reason when you have all these media outlets that you shouldn't be able to do the same thing.
And I agree with that too.
The problem is, the thing that I don't agree with is, yeah, we have these media outlets, but where do we get the capital to fund the movie? Where do I get the capital?
You know what I think that comes from? I think his thoughts on that comes from the fact that most everybody judge everything based off their personal or how they are, and I think his thing is, I mean, he, as much as we want to say he's an asshole or how he comes across as an asshole, he seems like that person. Whereas no matter who he meets, no matter what position you are in your life, if you have a good enough idea, he's in it with you. So like say if he was to walk into this room right now and we can present him with a good enough idea, he seems like that person, okay, well let's do that then, you know what I'm saying? And he doesn't mind putting his money in to help make it happen. I think he believes that there are more people like him in the world, and that that everybody out has a chance to get involved with one of those persons who will be able, if you ain't got enough money, that one person that you can put that group together. When I think he doesn't realize that resources like that are more scarce than people let you know.
And far between,
especially African American community.
I was just about to say that. In our community, when one of us makes some money, we get real tight with it. Real tight.
And the thing is, he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that trend with him. He doesn't. And I think, like me, I relate everything to my family. So when I hear somebody say they don't get along with their mama or they don't talk to their brother,
I don't understand that.
I don't understand that. You know, so I can't fathom that. It's like, what you mean you don't get along with your mama? That's mama. You know what I'm saying? Or that's your brother. How you say you ain't talked to your brother in years? That's your brother. I can't understand that. And I think it's the same thing with him when it comes to people with money. And like, what you mean they won't get with you in the project? You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell in that interview he was genuinely hurt when he talked about Spike Lee not wanting to talk to him.
I heard about that.
You know what I'm saying? Because he can't understand that. Why would you not want to talk to me about this? You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask you for any money or anything. I just asked you for some conversation.
He actually said, I was actually looking to help him out.
Mm-hmm.
Spike Lee got to go fund me. I got some money. Why don't we do this together? Why don't I pick your brain? I can fund your project. Yeah. We can pick off each other. We can piggyback off each other.
But with that, do you blame his attitude?
No.
I blame Dame's attitude?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No.
Why Spike Lee wouldn't talk to him?
Well, this goes back to our conversation last week about prejudice.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's never even met Spike Lee. Spike Lee's going off something that he's heard from someone else and prejudging Dame without even giving him a chance to sit down with him.
True.
So no, I can't say it's his attitude because Spike hasn't given him a chance to turn him off. You know what I mean? Spike hasn't given him a chance to say, you know what, I sat down with Dame and I don't really
like him like that. Nah, he didn't. I mean, and I think that's an issue with our community.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that's one of the things. I think Dame is kind of coming into that realization. But I think he still believes that there are more of him out there. I think he thinks there's more Dame Dashes in the world than Spike Lee's.
And you know, and I don't want to make it seem like we just jumping down Dame's throat because I honestly believe he's a really good man.
And if he come over here and want to throw some money at us, gee.
It ain't even fact throwing money. Honestly, I would rather just sit down and talk to Dame.
Yeah.
That's what my thing is too. I was you know, it's funny. You know how you talk to yourself after you see something that make you think about something. I was thinking to myself earlier today, and I was saying, you know what, dude? Regardless of how I feel about him or what he may think of certain things in a personal setting, it's a lot that I can learn from him.
It's a lot. That's your business man clicking right there.
That's a ton that I can learn.
We had a show
I can bypass all
and we
that.
talked about, like, we been back and forth. Me and you went back and forth about Ray J. And me sitting down with Ray J and him saying, I would much rather sit down with Dame J. And that's nothing knocking hard about Ray J, because I think Ray J is a good businessman also.
But then again, you have to go from seeing Dame building something from nothing. Ray J had a foundation.
Yep.
As much as you want to say it or not, that foundation came from, like you said, mom, dad, Brandy. Brandy, as much as he may not want to admit to it,
she just stepping stone all that.
Exactly. That's what opened the door, because nobody knew about Ray J before he appeared on Moesha.
Right.
I know what?
Well,
he was on Sinbad's show, and it was actually a very popular show. But it was only ran for a year because he was an adopted child on that show.
I don't remember him.
I remember that show. It used to come on Fox on Friday nights.
I remember
after South Central.
I don't remember him before anything from before.
Well, at that time you were young when that came out. You were young.
But with that being said, I would love to have a conversation with Dame Dash.
Of course, I would love. Honestly, there's a lot of people who I may not agree with them in their, I don't want to say, I guess, quote unquote values, but as far as his business mind, there's a lot of people, a lot of us actually, that I would love, because a lot of things Diddy does I don't agree with, but I would love to sit down and pick his brain.
But okay, out of those two, which one would you rather go to first?
I would go with Diddy.
Why?
Because Dame can show you how to make it from nothing, but he can't show you how to sustain it. Diddy can show you how to sustain it.
But you know what?
My thing about that,
it's whack to say.
I think I have a good enough business acumen, whereas if the resources or the route, whereas to get to some of those resources brought up, I think the sustaining part I'm cool with. I'm saying, but like some of the ideas, or I'm saying the way that he thinks from the inception of the idea. I think me personally, I would sit down with Dame first. Not to say I would tell Diddy, man, Diddy, I ain't talking to you.
I think it would be easier to sit down with Dame, and not just because Diddy's on a higher plane than Dame right now, but more so because Dame can more empathize with where we're at right now. And I don't see Diddy being that personable right now.
And if you want to go through preconceived notions, they say sometimes Diddy worse than
But I don't
Dame.
know him, so
Right.
honestly, what anybody else says about him at this point means nothing.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Because I don't know
Men don't
him.
sit around and talk about other men.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about what man. Who told you that? Name him. Give me a name.
I can't give you a name. I can't.
All
Give
right,
you.
you're a chatty cat.
We don't need to talk about it then.
No, but I mean, if I was able,
Let's talk about this movie.
if I was able to sit down with either one of them, I would definitely take the opportunity. But if I had to choose, I would choose Diddy. And like I said, the reasoning being is because even though now we may say, yeah, I feel like I would be able to sustain, we don't know the real issues that money brings. We don't know the problems or the hurdles that people with money have to jump. You know what I mean? So, yeah, right now we can say it because we all have that mindset that if I make it, I'm not going back to being broke. But it's hard to say that. It's hard to say that when you don't know what being rich entails. You know what I mean? So if we got $1 million in one, you know what I'm saying? If I got $1 million in the bank, but I got $1 million problems or $1 million things, I can't really say because I don't know what problems or what issues arise when you have money. Man, so especially the type of money that they had, and I'm not saying that to say that Dame ain't got no money, but we all know that he
ain't where he used to be.
Well, but from if you listen,
but he
to
admitted
him,
that
if we believe everything that he says, the reason that he's not where he used to be, first off, is because he's funding everything himself.
And he don't save money, saving is whack, Cornell.
Well, the thing is, I don't believe that.
But you got to make spend money to make it.
And that's
so
what if he's actually producing all these movies himself, the videos that they doing, all that stuff costs money. So for him to be able to put that back into that, he making money. He got money.
He got money. But remember when we was talking a few weeks ago, and we spoke about Eric Spears and Kevin Hart, and I said, Eric Spears got a comment in his check. You say, yeah, well, he ain't got
Kevin Hart's comment, right?
I feel the same way in this conversation,
and I agree. He not even him and Diddy. I mean, Diddy probably won't even take his phone call. You know what I'm saying?
And then honestly, I think with Diddy you're gonna get more because Dame Dash, while he was into pretty much some of the same spaces Diddy was in as far as clothing, alcohol, music, a lot of that stuff didn't really last long. Like if you look at it now, like
look
the Armadale that they had, the alcohol that they had is you don't even know where that is right now.
But I think that's because all that was on the tail end too. That was on the breakup part. And when he
bought Pro Kids and all that.
But even still, if you're a businessman, what does that have to do with what you have going on? If you're a businessman and a business relationship over here is fizzling, it's gonna die out. Whatever you have, whatever other assets you have, you should be trying to strengthen those, right or wrong.
True.
And especially with the fashion thing, because they say fashion in the hip hop industry,
they sold
right? But it only lasts. It's a trend. Hip hop fashion only lasts for 5 years out on average. Like with Damon John and then with Fubu, you see what he did? Sold Fubu, but overseas, when he said clothes last longer than they do here in America. You have a 5-year window.
Well, the thing with Damon John, I mean, once we want to talk about that real quick, I think his thing was just. He knew from the inception of Fubu that it was probably not going to last. His thing was more so of a licensing thing. I mean, I think he found out early that if I just own the license to things, my money is set. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about things. And it's easier just to have licensing deals than it is to have a clothing line. Because Fubu still could have been around. As you just kind of roll with the trends of what clothes coming in and out.
But a lot of them say it like this, though. They say it's a 5-year gap for hip hop clothes. So it's like, unless you overseas, like, okay, Bape. Remember everybody was on Bape.
Actually, Bape is still...
It's here, though? I haven't seen any kid wearing Bape here.
Bape is actually still
The
popular.
ugly ass shoes that they had.
Bape is actually still popular.
I ain't seen it.
I
Now,
don't know.
things that aren't as popular as they were during that time is the Evisus, the Red Monkeys,
Yeah.
like that
Is
stuff.
Carl Canai still popular?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Remember when Coogee?
Coogee,
Everybody-
has, but Coogee is
Coogee
like
is-
seasonal. Coogee will
And
be
it's
in
and
this
it's
season,
but it's
out next
Australian,
season.
but it's an Australian
It's here
brand.
next this season, but out next season. But
What about
you know
Iceberg?
what, fellas? I think we're doing too much talking about men. You know what I mean? Too much talking about men.
I don't want to talk about no other
If
men.
we ain't learned nothing from that Dame interview, we learned that talking about men ain't gonna get you nowhere.
Ain't gonna get you that ass.
You got it. Now, what Dame said is you're supposed to surround yourself with women because they said they loyal. They gonna have your back.
Exactly.
And they gonna go to town for your man. And you know what? That's one thing he did say that was true. When at the beginning of the interview, when he said that a man is basically, every man wants to be number one. Basically, is what he was saying. And like when his example was the guy he had next to him, the OG. He said he know he can be in this spot. Murder Mook was on the other side. He know he can be in this spot. You're not a man if you're not trying to be number one. And the thing is, once you get a bunch of men together, at some point, I mean, they have to be. I want to say that I use the word great kind of loosely, but they have to be great men to actually all stay in their position. You know what I'm saying? To actually, for longevity, say I'm happy with what we have created and how it's moving, and for there not to be any inner turmoil because everybody wants to be that person in front. As a basketball guy, I think it's Coach Wooten. I think it was old guy, and his one of his comments is it's amazing what a group of men can accomplish when no one is looking for the credit, something like that. And it's hard to find that group of men though, because I believe what Dame said was true. Just about every man wants to be number one.
Exactly. If you don't feel that way, I agree with that. He's like, if you don't feel that way, I don't know what's up with you, because I feel that I should be a boss in all things. But that's not just an arrogant thing or just being a man. That's just how I feel everybody should be. Everybody want to own something. Like you said.
I actually feel like if I am I don't want to say smartest, I say the most qualified person in that room, then I can't take orders from somebody who's not as qualified as me, or if you're not as smart as I am, or as I consider myself. If you prove yourself to just be lacking in knowledge wise, I can't take orders from you. It's just not gonna happen. That's just me, basically. And as long as if I surround myself with people who are knowledgeable, especially about what it is that we are trying to do, at that point, I don't have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Not being number one, I don't. But if you can't get the job done, you can't be number one. And that's just how I feel. And I always feel that in whatever situation, I can get the job done. So that's what but I'm arrogant too.
But you know what? I wouldn't even say this arrogant. I feel, quick example, working at a company, there was a young lady. She's a little older than me, about the same age. She was my boss. But, well, a leader in this position we was in. I didn't feel that she was capable because I knew more than she did. So I see where you're going. You see where I'm going with it. I didn't feel that. I felt that I should have been there. I should have been at that level because I know more.
But did she get the job done?
Not as efficient as when they put me in the position when she wasn't there.
Well, what is being a boss? Is it really just a title?
The way everybody's
No.
slinging it around now.
Nah, I mean, but that's not my agreement.
Right. That's not what we, in the word of name, that's not what real men think. But the way that it's being thrown around right now is like nobody knows what a boss is. Nobody knows what a real man is. Not the young generation, put it like that. And to be honest with you, do we as men even really, when you sit down and think about it, do you know or what do you perceive as being a boss or that?
I think everybody is a boss in their own right. The thing about it is everybody has that preconceived notion that they should be number one at everything in their life. And I don't have a problem with that. But as some people that aren't Dame Dash have come to realize, at some point, you're going to have to answer to somebody else. At some point in your life, there's going to come a time when you're going to have to answer to somebody else. And you're not going to be number one. Mm-hmm. But I think we all are bosses in our own lives. You are, even if you're not the head of your company, you want to be number one at whatever your job is. So whatever position you playing in that job, you want to make sure you're the best. Mm-hmm. So if that means you the mail clerk, you're going to make sure you the best mail clerk. If you the the secretary, you gonna make sure you the best secretary. Whatever the case may be, you gonna be the leader of whatever little position it is that you working in.
So
That is not true.
okay, go ahead and say, because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say after that.
I mean, I just take that off of the fact of the matter is I'm a boss. No, but I own my own small company, and I've dealt with many people who, when you put them in there, they don't give a damn about being the best. But they just want that check, and that's what Dame didn't take into consideration when he was like saying everybody should be a boss. You should take your own money and do this. Some people are just not built to be in control. Some people are not built to be the lead person. You get a lot of people who are just content, and I think those are the people he was talking about when he was saying, that okay, if you work for somebody else or whatever, go to 9 to 5, and you happy with that or whatever, that you selfish because you're not leaving your kids nothing. I think he meant the people who are actually content with just getting whatever it is they signed up for. They're not looking for that raise, and they complain about not making enough money, but they don't do anything to make enough. They're not trying to be the best at whatever job it is. If they sweeping floors, it's just, well, I'm just sweeping floors. You only pay me to do this here. I'm not going to sweep the floors and pick up that paper over there. If the broom didn't pick it up, I ain't going to pick it up. You got those guys.
A lot of people like that.
They just there to do the bare minimum.
Well, you got to see it from both spectrums, though. You know what I mean? So, okay, we could say it's a 50-50 split. Some people, whatever they're doing, they want to be the best at whatever it is they're doing, and there's other people that who I believe are just lazy. You're there because you want to check. You're going to do the bare minimum to make sure that you don't lose your check, but you're not doing anything to progress.
I got an example of somebody who don't want to be the best. You brought her up. I don't know. We don't know the heifer from whoever on social media. One who got fired online.
Who is this?
The young lady who got fired before she even started.
Oh yeah.
The one who typed in there, I got to go to this.
Start this fuck
ass job tomorrow.
But didn't Dame say people that have jobs are just lazy anyway?
I don't know. I don't want to say he said they were lazy.
Yeah, he did say that. He said they were lazy.
He said they were lazy, but not in their work ethic. He said they were lazy because
you want to get a check from somebody.
Because they wanted somebody else basically to tell them what to do. And I don't call it lazy. I call it the fact that everybody is not made to be the boss.
Everybody got to be the worker bee. Every boss needs somebody to go get the coffee.
Yeah. So if we just gonna be taking excerpts from Dame, how about we take the let's not talk about men thing and switch it.
But they're related to this.
Talk about some ladies.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about some
ladies.
Talk about some pussy. I want to talk about some pussy.
So
I like to lick it and eat it.
You say I like to look at the hint.
I like to lick it. I like to lick it and eat it.
Oh my God.
I feast on it.
So with this being the Almost There crew, we all guys, and we all have secret crushes, admirers, or when not only
that ain't no secrets.
Yeah, I don't want to call them secrets, but we all have crushes on superstars that at some point you feel like if you meet her, like your old lady just gonna have to understand. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Your woman just gonna have to bite that bullet. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have to be with that. Was that Indecent Proposal? Was that the one with Woody Harrelson and Demi?
I should want your wife for me.
So I've been thinking this week, and I wanted to pose a question to you guys. If your lady gave you a hall pass, and you were able to sleep with any female celebrity,
can we put out porn stars?
Any celebrity, so okay. Porn stars would be considered to some degree a celebrity. Reality stars I consider celebrities. So, yeah. Okay. To a certain degree, if you were able to, because it's a two-part. Because I'm going to ask you for your number one. Well, actually, you know what? How about we go from this? We'll give a top 5 first. Okay. So if your lady gave you a hall pass, who would your top 5 be?
Let me think about that. Whew. I might have to start from the bottom to the top.
It don't matter. It don't have to be in no particular order for me. I'm going to get mine in the order, but.
Well, you know what? Can I think about it and listen to what y'all got to say?
All right, let's go with Smoke. We get back to Poppy.
All right, come back to me. Make me last, because I got a lot on the list.
See, that's it, but you only supposed to see.
But I got to narrow it.
There's only going to be 5 now.
I'm going to narrow it.
And they got to be celebrities. It can't be your co-worker who got the fat ass. You know what I mean?
Not that chick at churches?
Nah, it can't be the chick at churches. Can't be
she
the chick
gave me extra fried jalapeno poppers.
Yeah, none of that. It got to be a celebrity.
Well, like I say, I'm a bit older. So my list might be, saying love. This we talking about.
Is this post or pre civil rights movement?
Right in the mix? Are we going that? When you say top 5, we talking about top 5 recent.
Top 5 for your lifetime. So old, new, present. Top 5.
This is rough, see, because 5. Me and Jay have had this conversation. He already know I didn't really kind of put mine in 5, and let me see if we can pull out of here. Do we got honorable mentions?
We'll circle back to honorable mentions after we give our top 5s.
Okay. So we're gonna.
Matter of fact, I'll do you guys even better. I'll let you get your starting lineup in a 6-man or 6-woman.
Okay.
My 6th, my 6th already. My 6th is any famous Asian woman.
Michelle Wu, Lisa Wu, Lisa Lane,
any Tierra Carrera can fit in there because that shit, whatever. Any famous Asian woman is my 6th. That's off my bench. That's my 6th man.
Hey, cause those Lisa Wu ad, cause she black and
her name Wu, ain't it?
She black and Asian.
There you go.
Keith Sweat and Baby Mom.
Her name Wu.
Okay.
Now after that, let's see with the 5. Okay. And I get to have honorable mentions, right? We're gonna do honorable mentions later.
Honorable mentions later.
Okay, so I can do 5 then. Okay, 5, we're going to say, this is in no particular order. This is the number 1 is the number 1. The rest of them is coming in. We got Pleasure Principal, Janet Jackson. We have Erica Alexander.
From Living Single?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pam?
Pam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maxine from Living
Oh,
Single.
yeah. Pam from Bill Cosby Show. Her.
Yeah. Okay, we got see my number 3. I don't know if I should put an honorable mention. Tasha
Smith.
Tasha Smith.
Oh, yeah. She got a twin.
Both of them did. They both of them my number 3. Well, I'm at number 2 already.
Yep.
Shit. See, I need.
You get your honorable mentions later.
But see, the last 3 I got.
Nah, you gotta choose.
Okay, hold on.
You gotta choose.
Hold on.
You can't have
Okay, no. What I'm gonna do?
last.
What I'm gonna do then? I'm gonna shit. I'm gonna bump Erica.
Out the top 5?
I gotta, cause see, this is of all time.
Okay.
This is of all time, so I gotta bump Erica down, so she on the bench. I gotta put Kim Whitley in there.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
I can see that.
I gotta put Kim Whitley, cause see, this is all time. You know what I'm saying?
I can see
I gotta
that.
put Kim Whitley in there. Somebody else I need in there too. I can't get them all
It's
in
just
there.
so many
she
flavors.
gonna hit the cause see, he said of all time.
Right.
So then, see, my number 1 and my number 2 are interchangeable.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna have a 1. It's gonna be 1A and 1B, cause both of them are number 1 to me.
Okay.
You got Stacey Dash.
She crazy.
I don't care about that.
All right.
This is my hall pass and Patti LaBelle.
Patty, you'll get it. Yeah, I get it, Patty.
Patti LaBelle. Patti Bell and Stacey Dash are they co-number 1.
Okay, so wrap up your top 5 one more time.
You got I got Patti LaBelle, Stacey Dash, Tasha Smith,
So I gotta write mine down so I won't miss it.
Kim Whitley, and Pleasure Principal, Janet Jackson.
Probably only that Janet though.
That's the one I would really use the hall
That's
pass.
number 1, right?
That's the number 1, Janet. To me, that video, Pleasure Principal,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there were other Janets that was,
No, there were other Janets. Don't get me wrong. I can do a top 5 of just Janets, but the Pleasure Principal Janet do it for me. Just like one of my honorable. It's the same thing with one of my honorable mentions. That's the first stiffy that I kind of really had.
Okay, well, I guess it's my turn.
Oh yeah.
Okay, my number 5 would be Tamala Jones.
I see that. Now or before?
I would go with Tamala now.
Okay.
Tamala now. I think Tamala's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Number 4 is going to be Regina Hall.
Okay.
I believe she actually probably could move to number 3. I'm gonna move her to number 3. She gonna be number 3, okay? So number 4 is fuck. I done dropped the name that fast off the tip of my
That shit don't matter there, though.
Nah. Damn. I just had it in my head. Fuck. Give me a minute. Let me get it together.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to number 4. I can't get her name. I got her face, but I just can't get her name. So we got 3 as Regina Hall, 2 is Gabrielle Union, and number 1 is Queen Latifah.
I know why Queen, because you always had that thing about Queen.
Always had a crush on Queen Latifah. I love Queen Latifah.
There's nothing wrong with Queen, but like as we know, Queen tapping his other folk.
That's fine.
Okay.
No, my girl got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Number 4, I'm probably going to catch some slack for because a lot of people been killing her lately. And I actually, when me and Smoke had this conversation, I bumped her out of my top 5, but I'm moving her back in. Number 4 is going to be Iggy Azalea.
That ass.
Oh, no. Iggy not his number 4. Iggy is his 6th man. His number 4 is Sanaa Lathan.
You know what? I thought about it after we had that conversation. And Sanaa is definitely deserving of my top 5. But she kind of falls into that vintage vagina. Like that Charlemagne shade, that vintage vagina. And trust me, if I was able to, if she was available on my hall pass, she'd get it. And you know what I mean? But if I had to choose like right now, body wise.
Yeah, but this not right now. This is of all time.
All time. Even of all time. If I had to choose who I probably would have the most fun with, probably be Iggy.
Play her for it.
So she can ask me what a D is.
What
a D? I got it, baby.
Alright. So, I was compiling mine up. And I got mine. I'm going to throw my 6 man out right now. I
didn't give a 6 man.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
You sure didn't.
And it's my, and then I talked about her, and I'm finna throw some other vintage vagina out here.
Okay.
Angela Bassett.
You gotta get. She shouldn't even be she should be in the starting 5, G.
Angie, she's old.
Angie, I know her.
Angie gets an honorable mention.
She'll be my 6 man, 6 woman.
Okay. Well, check this out. 6 woman rather. Pause. I didn't want to say the other part. 6 woman is booty call version of Vivica Fox.
Yeah.
I gotta have the booty call version of Vivica Fox.
Gotta be the booty call version. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When and then I just have myself thinking that I could do that Martin Luther King. wax that ass on the iron board. Now I gotta go into the future, which is this is my number 5, Janelle Monáe.
Okay.
Oh, I love her. And that Apocalypto video with that long hair and that all white on she had. I ain't like all that little pompadour thing she doing.
I'm feeling your 2 already.
Erykah Badu, because I was in Texas that year.
Yeah.
When she got asshole naked.
Yeah.
In the window seat.
I'm feeling that.
So she in there. And then I just got a thing for I got all the albums. Now one thing I bet y'all it probably went over the radar and she's still cold. Elise Neal.
At least still cold. She'll get it, but she probably won't be in my top 5.
Elise Neal, she number 3. That's number 3.
You put her over Erykah?
I put her number 3. Yes, I did.
What?
She's
supposed to be the 6 man.
I put her number 3.
She's supposed to be coming off the bench.
No. I got Tarja P. Henson, Baby Boy, and Now version.
Taraji.
Yeah, Baby Boy and Cookie.
Okay.
Baby Boy and Cookie. Especially after she retweeted a lot of my stuff recently. So yeah, she can get it real good. Now my number 1 of all time, I would have to marry her like in another. This have to be polygamy. Cause I have to keep her around. I got to marry her. I just know we gonna have a good time intellectually and sexually, and she can sing me to sleep. Jill Scott.
Okay.
Jill Scott or old Jill Scott?
Old and new. I want big, small, medium. All.
Tap.
All of
ass.
it. I want Jill I can lift and Jill that I got to just move that leg over. I want all of that. And she got that song. I just want her to keep singing that song. I don't want to give. Hold on. I want to keep singing that song. I don't want to give her. All I want to do is get up and play video games.
Noah said he want a hall pass just for Paula Patton.
Yeah, he can't forget her.
You know what? It's something about Paula Patton. It it seemed her upper half seems a little weird to me.
Ain't that
She looks a little broad around the
that's,
shoulders to me. That's Robert
think
Dixon's
right.
wife.
Yeah, I ain't feeling her.
She's beautiful in the face.
I ain't
In the
never
face,
feel.
she's beautiful.
She kind of
It's just
ill-informed.
it's her upper half is kind of weird. She's
Listen.
broad around the shoulders.
She got
What's
broad
that movie
shoulders,
when
yeah.
Denzel was the airplane, flew the airplane upside down?
Flight, isn't it?
Yeah.
And she was asshole. I wasn't asshole that, but it looked feminine up there to me that day.
I ain't saying it don't look feminine. It's just broad.
She got broad shoulders. She wide across the shoulder area. Yeah, so it's
She's a
Take
beautiful
this
woman.
wide dick.
So we get honorable mentions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only gonna give you two.
Two apiece.
my first honorable mention is Regina Bell.
Okay. Second,
Second, I only get two.
you're only getting two. There's 8 girls, man. There's 8 girls. We can't be that greedy.
I can't be that greedy. Okay. Selma Hayek.
Okay.
Ooh, I
Okay.
like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Javier.
I'm going old school on this one. Early 80s.
I got an old school.
I'm going over both of them. Both of them old school. Angela Winbush, back in the day.
Okay.
Cold! Yes! And Stephanie Mills. I always had a crush on Stephanie Mills. Stephanie's still fine right now, though.
Stephanie never been fine. She had a nice little
No,
shape.
Stephanie been
She had a
fine.
big ass face, man.
Listen, that big ass face, get that big ass face. But listen, that's who I gotta go with.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Reagan Gomez.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I gotta throw another one in there.
Zaria!
You good? You done?
You got everybody got to throw Rudy in there. Keisha Napoleon.
I'm not really fun.
No, if you gonna throw it, I gotta go Tootie.
I'd say Keisha. I'm talking about. I ain't
I'm
talking
talking
about. I ain't
grown.
talking about Rudy. I'm talking about grown.
Okay, so I'm talking about Regine. I'm talking about
both of them. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be.
I'm kind of over the Rudy phase, man. And don't get me wrong, because I love a chocolate woman. I love
Keisha Napoleon and Reagan Gomez is like neck and neck to me. Both of them.
I'm not saying she ain't pretty. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying.
Because I'm gonna tell you, because when you mention Reagan, I automatically think of Keisha. Like they could be sisters and shit.
Yeah, well, and then for my last honorable mention, this is probably the most vintage vagina, Shaka Khan.
Yeah.
Shaka Khan,
You
gotta
in?
get it.
You in?
Shaka Khan gotta get it.
You know what? I'm surprised I didn't say Oprah in any of my things. I throw Oprah every time we have a conversation. I throw Oprah out of my ass. Pause. Why did I not say Oprah? Well, maybe I didn't want to sound
Oh my
cliche.
God. You know what?
Maybe I didn't want to sound cliche.
The reason we laughed, he laughing because we had this conversation.
We had
Let
this
me drop. He
conversation.
threw Oprah in there.
Oprah was his number one.
Yes.
No, Oprah will be that one when I need to get out of jail. And she's like, well, what you gonna give me for it? I got something for you, Oprah. I got this
I ain't going
Harpo.
Miss Harpo, I love the work you've done. You're saying the way you built
I thought you were about to say, I love to work you.
But I ain't hitting it.
Hun.
I'm sorry, dude. I mean, she got to give me that check up front.
Listen.
I asked that question because it's always brought about, like, do men cheat more than women? Or do women cheat more than men? We don't never really have that conversation. As far as even relationships as a whole, you know what I mean? And being a young man, you know what I mean, born in the 80s, a lot of older people feel, I don't want to call them older, but people that weren't born in my decade feel that people in my decade and the decade after mine, we don't really last long. Our relationships don't last long.
I've heard that.
Is it because that we always want to have that 8 women in the stash? Is it because we always want to reserve that right, or is it a deeper underlying fact?
I think it's deeper.
It probably got something to do with what they say, the destruction of the family ecosystem.
I don't think that's it.
Boy, then some people say crack. With the 80s. Crack destroyed more families than anything.
I think it's really simple. 80s babies are selfish.
Just 80s babies? 80s
Not-
and 90s
and
babies? Or
90s.
80s babies?
You know what?
You know what's going to be selfish? The millennials.
No, you know what that kind of encompasses because the millennials have no choice because they products are the 80s and 90s baby, so that's how they being brought up. But see me, I'm a 70s baby. 80s and 90s is the same shit to me.
Well, hold on. Early 80s and 70s. You late 70s.
Yeah.
I'm very early 80s.
Right.
So I think they got about the same.
Yeah, I mean, you got like 80s babies don't really take over to like the middle of that century. Is it or middle of that century, right?
Decade.
There you go.
That's he's 100 years on the
smart motherfucker.
100 years.
Man, you the long man. What's your secret?
Right.
The mid of that decade is when you really start getting to that 80s, when they start to have their own identity.
Like crack in 88 and crack and hip hop in 88.
Yeah. I mean, that's when their identity. That's basically the reason that 80s and 90s are kind of like intertwined because the decades don't really start to form their own identity until midway through. So it's about that. But a lot of 80s and 90s, baby, they are selfish. And then we use selfish, I mean, in the true meaning of the word selfish, where it's like they really think of self first. And it's not just that they are actually... I'm
going to need you to go deeper because 90% of the people, 95% of the people that don't listen to this are 80s and 90s babies.
And 95% of the people who going to listen to this are selfish. 95% of the people who going to listen to this think their self first. They think, what's in it for me?
I think that's everybody. I don't think you can just say 80s babies or 90s babies because everybody thinks their self first. Unless you have some other responsibility. If you have a child,
I think even when they have other responsibilities, a lot of them, and that's it. And when I say 80s and 90s baby, of course, it does not mean every last 80s and 90s baby. Of course. Because there are always, exceptions to the rule. But the majority of 80s and 90s babies think, what's in it for me? What do I get out of it? And if there's not anything coming out of it for themselves, they do not want to deal with it.
Is it safe to say that, as you said, the millennials are going to be selfish because they're a product
of the millennials are going to be worse.
So
I think the issue we have now...
Wait, let me get this out. Wouldn't it be safe to say that the 80s and 90s babies are selfish because they're products of those, 60s and 70s parents?
I think the reason that the 80s and 90s babies are selfish is because the 60s and the 70s parents were so unselfish because you got a lot of them and they gave their kids some of everything. So then they grew up to feel entitled. So it's like that I'm supposed to get this because that's how they were raised.
So are we going to switch it, or is that the same mentality that the 80s babies are giving to their millennial babies?
I think what the millennial babies are seeing is they're seeing their parents or whatever be so selfish and think that think themselves first. You're gonna have two dynamics in there. You're gonna have the ones who are gonna come out and gonna be out for self, but then you're gonna have those ones who, hey, you get a kid, I'm never gonna be like that. That's not how I'm gonna be with my kid. You're gonna have those also. So it's gonna cycle back around.
I don't
Everything
know.
that we see
This is the way I look at it, and I'm pretty sure 90% of the population that listens to this is going to look at it as well, is the fact that because you were born in the 70s, you're making an excuse for your decade. You're saying your decade pretty much were better parents than my decade is. And
Hell yeah.
I don't agree
wow.
I don't agree with that. Because if they were such good parents, they wouldn't have given so much, they would have made us earn.
Oh, so that's what it is? So that's what the 80s babies are doing?
If that's your argument... if that's your argument, if your argument is to say that we gave so much and basically that my generation is ungrateful, is what you're saying.
Hell yeah, they're ungrateful.
We're ungrateful.
We're very ungrateful.
Why are we ungrateful?
Because y'all selfish. That's why you're ungrateful.
Why are we selfish?
Because y'all parents weren't shit.
Thank you.
Simple as that.
Thank you.
That was the answer you was looking for.
That's what I was.
Because I was being quiet. I was like.
Because the parents weren't shit. I know he was getting that because the thing about it is
and that's because of crack.
No. It's because the 60s and 70s they were too lenient with the kids. You know what I'm saying? It was like the 60s and 70s, and I won't say that it was
From what? No, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say it was too lenient in the 60s and 70s.
No, you understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm saying like I won't say it was a
because I used to hear them stories.
I would say it was a great windfall for parents. I was like, it wasn't like
it was crack.
It wasn't. No, crack is 80s, boy. I'm talking about 60s.
That's why
70s.
they fucked up now. It was crack. Okay.
You have crack.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? You're right. You said 60s and 70s, right?
Yeah.
Heroin.
That was white people.
No,
Black people couldn't afford heroin.
Actually, we couldn't afford coke. Heroin was actually always out there. You ain't never watched none of Nicky Barnes.
Black people couldn't afford heroin.
Black folks was the ones that was shooting heroin, especially the returning soldiers.
Black folks wasn't shooting
Yeah,
heroin.
they
They were
were.
smoking weed and hash.
They were doing heroin too.
Hash. You wasn't even born. How you know?
I was a history major.
What the hell that mean?
That mean I know more
You
than
didn't
your
even know
ass.
about Black Wall Street until you was 28.
No, when I was 21
What
in
am I talking to
college.
him for, man? Men don't talk to me in college. The real men don't even talk about shit they don't know about. Give me a name.
I know.
Give me a name.
You wanna know what the name is?
See, yeah, you
I
talking
tell you about the
bullshit.
boy named that
See,
died.
you on some bullshit.
Yeah. See, I went to stupid niggas.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you know what I'm saying?
You know what that
Bullshit.
is? That's that heroin.
That's heroin.
That's that heroin.
So you said my mom and dad did heroin?
I love my auntie and uncle. But I don't know what they did when they came out with you.
When they came out with you.
When they came out with me, right?
They invented
This
him.
nigga had a release date.
They invented him.
What I was saying was though, the parents didn't know any better. What is they figured by giving their kids everything, you know what I'm saying, they were being good parents.
Okay.
But by doing that, you don't think you're crippling your kid. Because guess what? If you got the ability to give your kid everything, guess what you're going to do?
You gonna
That's
give
the
them
American
everything.
dream.
You're going to give your
That's
kid
the
everything. I
American
want them to
dream.
have a better life than I had.
Right, you work hard so your kids don't have to.
But at the same time, while you're giving them everything, you're still supposed to try to instill some things in them also.
Yeah.
And at some point, you got to make them earn something.
I didn't want to jump down and throw it like that, but I mean, as you said,
I did.
there are those anomalies where you have those parents in the '60s. They did make their parents work for some reason. We are a product of the '60s parents born in the '60s, and everything that we got when we were children, we earned in some way, shape, or form, or fashion. My parents didn't believe in giving allowance, but whatever I wanted, I was able to get it.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I did, as long as I abided by the rules of the house and followed the parameters that they laid,
Yep.
I got whatever I wanted.
Yep. Like I knew, like if I wanted something in particular, I didn't. Like when I was coming up, I didn't ask for a lot of stuff, but I knew if it was something in particular that I really, really wanted, I knew I had to make sure all of my stuff, like you said, the parameters of the house and all the rules, I had to make sure that I was done. Like I had certain chores that I knew I had to make sure that bathroom was mopped.
Well,
I had to
you
get the
know,
refrigerator, all that stuff.
in our house, it went deeper than just
Yeah.
chores. You know, you got your grades that you gotta bring in the house, and certain things were unacceptable in our house. Certain
Yeah.
grades were unacceptable in our house, and you also have that behavioral aspect. You know, certain things just weren't tolerated in our home. Attitudes, talking back, answer your mother or father anything other than yes.
Yeah, I didn't have it, but you know when we was coming
you
out,
can't say what.
I never got in trouble for that when we was coming up.
I got in trouble a couple times for answering mama what.
I never got in trouble for that coming up.
That was
Did you say it?
Yeah, I never got in trouble for that.
Honestly, I don't want to put you on blast on the radio, but I don't remember you ever answering daddy with no.
I never
daddy.
answered him yes.
You ain't never answered.
I
with
said,
no
huh?
what? You ain't never answered.
Well, I
what?
say, what's up, Daddy?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I just say, what's up, Daddy?
You said what's up. I give you that one, but you ain't never said he called you and you was like what?
You know who get away with that though? That millennial we got over here. That was what the fuck y'all man? What the hell? No hell. That millennial though, I don't know how he get away with
That's
it.
because he's the baby. Your parents have already, you know what I'm saying?
Before him, he was the baby for
You
14
understand?
years.
But your parents had already raised two other men, and at some point they just get tired.
Yeah. And honestly, I can see it. It's just like whatever. And he's like the spoilest child in the world. I've never met a kid his age with access to the things that he got access to. And it's like
I couldn't get my cell phone. You know, well, around the time I was coming out, cell phones was like a car note. But he got a cell phone at what, 11?
well, that wasn't a product of mom and dad. Like they wasn't getting him a cell phone. They actually just recently got him.
But they allowed him to have one.
Because they wasn't buying it and paying the bill.
But they allowed him to have
Because
one.
they wasn't buying it and paying the bill.
Because they allowed me to get one when you was paying the bill. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it wasn't
they
the
did.
fact that I couldn't have one. It was just the fact that they wasn't gonna pay the bill.
I couldn't have a page and I had a job. No, I take it back.
No.
I did
When
have
he
a
was,
page.
mom and daddy, and one thing I can say about my parents, they never told us what to spend our money on. They never monitored our money, but they always told us to be smart with our money.
Yeah.
They never told us, hey, you know, you should they never said, hey, you're not gonna spend your money on that.
Nope.
The thing was, guess what? You get paid on Friday. If your ass broke on Saturday, don't come
That's
ask
on
me
you.
for nothing.
And that was a great lesson because I learned that a lot. Like, You know, I spend my money on them stupid ass die-cast metals. Die-cast, I'm sorry. That was the inside joke. We used to say that when people having fake chains, talking about that was platinum.
But you know, to kind of get back to the matter at hand, there are those anomalies within the decades where you will have that string of good parents in. But for the most part, I can agree with what you're saying. Because prior to actually having my daughter, I was selfish. And I've been in a relationship with my lady for 8 years, maybe 8 years, and while on the outside it didn't seem as though I was selfish, anything that I did, it was always what am I gonna get in return for it? You know what I mean? It was always yeah, I'm gonna buy you something for your birthday, but if I buy this real good gift for her birthday, for my birthday, I know she gonna show out for me.
But you know what I mean? I think every guy thinks like that though, in that aspect.
I don't think so.
You never thought of that?
Think so.
I thought, you know what? I think it depends on the girl, because I know with one person I was like, yeah, I'll get this. You better give me this. Now I'm at that point where it's like, I just do it.
Now I'm at the point in my life where it's like, honestly, I don't need anything from my lady. I don't want anything from my lady. I actually will do things for my lady now because I want to see her smile. You know what I mean? That's how I know I've ascended beyond that being selfish. And I don't know if it took her becoming pregnant or her having my daughter, but something clicked. And I don't know if it was just maturity, me hitting that age where it's like, you know what, certain shit don't matter no more.
I think with
my lifestyle now is just like, okay, I want to make sure my family's happy. So when I go home and I'm able to come in the house and just, ask my lady how her day doing, or if I'm coming in the house with her, coming in the house with something for her, to see her happy, to see her smile about it, is enough for me. I don't have to have that. That's right. Clap it up, damn it. I don't have to have, I don't have to figure like, okay, well, yeah, I'm going to come in with this gift. She going to have something for me. And, everything have to be, I don't have to have an ulterior motive for everything.
I want to jump back on the wedding or the family aspect of being married, because you mentioned that actually, about relationship-wise. In the beginning of this conversation.
I didn't being married. Don't put that on me.
No, I'm sorry. you mentioned when we talked about the breakdown of the family and all that. Well, I've mentioned the breakdown of the family, but you did mention about the relationship aspect.
Over yonder, bro, Ham.
One of you niggas mentioned it.
Okay.
Oh, my teeth got white. So, I remember when I was coming up, I used to say, I don't ever want to get married or be with one woman because I don't want to wake up with the same woman every day.
Okay.
And then I woke up one day.
With the same woman?
I guess. But no, I woke up one day and they got all these little diseases. I ain't never had none. Don't ever look at me.
You ain't never had an STD?
Never. Never had one.
You ain't never had crabs?
Everything I love, never had one.
You wouldn't get no pussy when you was young.
No, I was. You wanna know why? I wasn't like your dirty ass. I just whatever
Hey,
you like.
I was eating crackheads.
She blowing your motherfucking eye because you got a lint out your eye. You fucking.
Yeah. She's trying to seduce me.
I've been blessed enough to not have any problems like that. You know what I'm saying? I've heard your story with the comb and everything, and that's not what I want to do. But no.
You just gonna put him out there like that?
He put himself out there.
Hey, I wanted to kill him.
The world don't know about that.
Actually, they do, because he tells everybody.
He didn't put it out there for the Almost Dead crew.
Well, fuck it, let it be known. I'll put it out there then. I apologize, not trying to throw you on the bus.
Hey, I was 16, 17. It happened, shit.
Bet you keep your shit clean now.
Man, you know the only reason I didn't beat that broad up because the doctor told me you might have not got it from the girl. You can get crabs from a public restroom.
You used to go to the public restrooms without
you go in there and pee? No, you said you get it from this urinal. He said crabs jumped. I think he told me something like 4 or 5 feet. He said them things leap.
Damn.
So he like, if somebody before me was in there and had it at that urinal and I went to the same urinal, like, you could have got it from there. Because I was already, I had strapped up. I got what?
That should be the next topic. Why black men don't go to the doctor until something wrong. No.
Because they got insurance like that. Hey, we going to the emergency room.
But going back to any relationship, what have you, I value a relationship, but what I'm trying to say.
I don't know.
I didn't value it until I had my son. Like wanting to be with, having a family, or wanting to be.
I got a side note. I'm sorry to cut you off. And it's actually more of a question.
Okay.
It's serious too. Why is it that we as black people, to kind of emphasize something, we say it twice.
I said it twice.
Yeah, you
What'd I
said
say?
you didn't value it.
Like I'm gonna call
That's
you
like
right,
to break
right
that
back.
point.
That's like saying I'm gonna call you right back.
Can we say that in other sentences? Like, I gotta take a shit.
Yeah, but that's a different meaning. Like that's like shit. I gotta take a shit.
But no, I'm saying like in that, can we say I gotta shit?
Yeah,
Right,
you
yeah,
can.
you can.
You like you got
shit. No, motherfucker,
you
I
got
got
shit.
shit.
No, I got shit.
Okay, we can say that.
Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there. Well, reason.
So right quick, what I was saying. So, but like I didn't value the whole family thing until I actually had children. You know, I had two children. Two children. I had 3 children.
2 child.
I had 3 children, and unfortunately, my 2 eldest passed away. And even after that, that made me like, man, you know, that made my whole outlook on having family and everything different. Even though my mother and father, I've been married, 26 years now, right?
To this
25,
point,
yeah.
To this point, yeah, that'd be 27 years. this year.
27, but they've been together longer than that. So that seeing that was never an issue, and I loved that. But I never equated that to me because, you know, I just said, no, forget all that. I ain't going through all that. I want to have what I want to have. I want to give nobody my money. I don't want nobody to have it. I guess you can say that was selfish, 80s.
Yeah.
That was selfish. But when I held my child, all that went out the window. And I looked at that child's mother on a different light. Not saying like I didn't love her before, but you have that different.
You loved her?
Yeah, I did. I had to have a baby with her.
I don't mean you loved her.
I did. If I
I had
decided,
a baby with
I
somebody I
didn't
ain't loved.
like. Look, all 3 of my
I had a
children.
baby with somebody I can't
Listen,
stand to see him
But
walk.
all 3 of my children were. All 3 of my children was a conscious. Yeah, they were. I was a
Oh,
conscious.
he was the woman. He was trying to trap her. If I get a baby by she ain't gonna go nowhere.
No, like we had talked about it. I was like, you know, I'm not pulling out tonight.
Hey, nice tonight.
Tonight's your night, bro.
And you know, I'll go through this. I'm gonna say, I'll go through this whole enrichment. I'm like, yeah, we gonna get pregnant. I'm gonna drink milk and drink water. I'm not gonna eat no potato chips. I'm gonna eat lettuce, so when it shoot out, it's gonna hit you. And you gonna feel it that moment.
That string.
Right. So when I
You
did,
hit that seat.
so when I got up,
You hit,
so
you're shooting.
So when I bagged up or got out, so when I bagged, look, so when I bagged up or got out, I was like, "You pregnant?"
Yeah, so I already know that.
I already know that it got all in your guts, didn't it? But
Well, I guess I'm a product of the '70s.
Yeah, I was about to
So, but myself, I don't know if my selfishness or selflessness sometimes it didn't. I don't think it came from my generation. I think it's most of the fact we moved around a lot, and the thing is, I was always a new kid. So when you're a new kid, when you do get friends, I mean, what happened when I finally found what I call home? I got a group of friends that, you know what I'm saying, we shared everything. I mean, so it's like what's mine is yours, and that just carried on into my personal life. I'm selfish at some extent, I guess, and we say everybody does think about themselves at some points, but for the most part, I mean, if I got it, you can have it. It's a lot of material things. I don't hold them to. I hate money. Honestly, I hate money. I hate the concept of money. I mean, the only reason I do things to make money is because it makes
That's the way to survive.
It's the way you survive. But I hate the concept of money. If we could do without money, I would do without money. I hate the concept of money.
go back to bartering and all
Anything
that.
like that. I mean, I hate the concept of
I
money.
need this snakeskin fur for
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I
this
just
half of this river.
That's
That's how you
what
trade
it
the
is to do.
city.
You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
it's like you need something
You
done.
want this block?
If you need something done, I have a skill. You got a skill. Okay, I'll do something for you. We can exchange that.
But you know how you say that? Me and your best friend do that all the time.
Yeah.
I need a car fix, or you need a computer. Well,
I mean,
even if just off GP, just because.
Well, I mean, me and him is a perfect example. I mean, I don't charge him, but this he'll build a car for me, and it's, you know what I'm saying, that because that's my man. That's what we do.
Mhm.
If you need anything, he got it. You know what I'm saying? If I need it, I got it. I mean, I don't know if you want to say that's because I was a '70s baby and not an '80s baby.
I mean, you
But
know,
they don't.
I
But
think-
how did that relate in like a relationship with a woman?
I'm
with you
just
and a
saying.
woman?
I'm the same way. Like I give. I mean, if when it's in a relationship, I'm me from in the door. So first of all, if you accept my personality, you can have whatever I got. I do not care. You know what I'm saying? If whatever it is, if she wants it, she can have it. But I mean, at the same time, you have to accept my personality to get those things from me. Now, if I feel in any way that you really don't want me, you know what I'm saying? That means like, say like, if you going into it at the beginning thinking, okay, well he he plays too much or he talks too rough right this here, but I can see on the inside he's a good person and these things are going to change. If you go into the relationship thinking that, then when it gets to a point when they don't change and I can feel you trying to change those things, I don't want to be a part of this relationship anyway, so I'll start to disconnect. So then it might look like I'm being selfish or I'm being an asshole with things, but that's all because I don't think you're 100% in anyway. So it's not the fact of me being selfish, but it's the fact of the matter is you don't want to be here, and so I'm not going to give you all that I have. But if you accept me for who I am, man, you can get whatever I got. And whatever you want, I mean, if I don't have it, I'm going to try to get it. I'm saying, if you want something, I mean, if you say it, I'm going to try to make that happen. So, relationships to me are easy because I believe in treating people decent. I don't treat them how I want to be treated because I'm not capable of doing that. I'm an asshole by nature, so I'm going to be stupid sometimes. See, I'm gonna say some ignorant stuff, and it's just all for the laugh of it. Most of the time, when I say something ignorant, it's not to be mean to a person. It's just because at that point, I think it was gonna be funny to say it.
To go back to the treating people how you want to be treated, is it fair to say that is an unrealistic
goal, unrealistic thing to go to?
For some people, like I say, for me, it is.
Well, no, I mean not in the sense of because you can't treat the person the same way you want to be treated, but in a sense of maybe the way that you want to be treated is just perfect.
I don't want to be treated perfect either.
Well, no, I'm not saying you in general, not
right.
you, but people in general. Because honestly, we all have this thing where it's like, in your mind, you want everything to work out perfect. So
exactly.
Certain things that you know irk you think everybody knows what gets on under your skin,
especially that one that's close to you.
Honestly, I think that what you're saying, I guess I'm gonna co-sign it because at a certain point, I believe that once you've been with a person for a certain amount of time, that they should know what gets under your skin. So I guess if you say you like, I would say from the outside looking in. From the outside looking in, I would say it's not unrealistic to say like Papier, to say he can treat somebody how he wants to be treated. Because from the outside looking in, he's like the ideal person. You know what I'm saying? Oh, because he's real nice, for the lack of better phrases.
That nigga ain't like that.
Now, his relationships.
Right.
And that's not because we don't know what goes on, you know what I'm saying, when it's them two alone. But when you're on the outside looking, it looks like, okay, damn, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, do you do everything she asked you to do? I mean,
damn. Did you just like, I'm just a yes man? God damn.
I mean, you said the yes man. I'm saying that you are a good companion on the outside. You're saying it looks like you go out your way to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that your lady is taken care of. Now, I don't know when you get to the crib if you like, hell no, I ain't bringing you no water. I don't care if I am at the sink. Get your own damn water.
Now look, with me, it goes like this. This is how I feel. If I know, or I think, if I know, especially now, because I had that rough patch with the BM.
He had a rough patch.
I had that rough patch with that BM, and that made me learn, smartened me up real quick. But like, if I know that you got my back, it ain't nothing that I'm not willing to do for you.
But you know what? I think that's any man.
Right, and that's any man.
That's any man.
But
if you know that the person who you are supposed to be in a relationship with has your back through no matter what happens on the outside, I think they'll walk through hell for it.
And believe it or not, I don't trust outside of this circle and our parents and what have you. I don't trust anyone. I don't know if y'all know that about me.
I know that about you, nigga. I know you my whole life. I don't think it's a person on the planet that know you better than me.
I don't trust anybody, and you know the reason why. I'm not gonna get into that on this. And it's a personal thing. I don't trust anyone but the few that I let in. So if you really show me a genuine, like you really genuine, especially like with my child and stuff like that too, I don't like that I'm in the kitchen getting water. That's light work. That ain't nothing.
Not for me, bro.
That ain't nothing. Listen, because listen, especially if you trying to build something, I don't care about all that. Now, I do get into my little thing like, damn, like, I got a little episode just happening right now. So I know I'm going to have to deal with it when I get on because I said something I'm in show mode right now. I didn't mean it that way. But I guess that's the nice person in me. Like, at first, I used to use that niceness. And people would run over. Not guys, but women-wise, females.
There ain't no guys running.
Right, hell no, you know that.
Yeah,
Whoop
right.
motherfuckers ass. So
After they run over it.
Suge Knight.
Well, I think all of us have, especially with the women in our lives, we've all been in a dark place, and they've all shown that they're there for us.
Mm-hmm.
A couple years back, I was arrested driving on a suspended license, and it was me and my lady in the car, and it's probably the craziest story ever. But to make a long story short, there were plenty of avenues, for her to just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'll let him deal with that on his own. You know what I mean? She did everything in her power to make sure, one, the cop didn't whoop my ass. Two, that when they did get me to the station, that I was good. And three, make sure that I got out that night. And from that point forward, I knew, like, okay, you know what? She here for me. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is that I go through, I can count on her to be by my side. If she can't support me financially, not saying that I need her to, but if I was ever in a situation like that where I couldn't get to my finances and I needed her for a moment to help me out, she's there. If I need her there emotionally, she's there. If I need her there spiritually, she's there. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm breaking up with my lady tonight.
Like, look,
She ain't no shit.
Look,
She
look.
don't have to be out with. Nah,
hey,
I'm joking.
to add salt to that wound. Like you said, I lost my job. We went through a bad patch.
You a bum?
I got my job now. I got 3 jobs. I'm a boss on one
You
of
going
them.
through a lot of rough patches.
Now you a boss.
Gee, I did.
Now you a boss.
My life is story. They can write a book, man. My life is a movie. So,
You
like
have to
going.
know how to write. Ain't you right-handed?
I'm left-handed. You know, 5% of the world is left-handed, and actually
It's
saying
ignorant
5%
ass
is
people.
smart. They're the ones that are the geniuses.
No, they not.
They are.
My brother's
Can you
left-handed.
get a scholarship? For being
Time out.
left-handed?
I'm finna kill that right now. Our uncle is left-handed.
Which one?
The baby uncle.
That's an anomaly.
You talking about John?
That's a
Nah.
not that
Oh,
one.
I'm talking about
Is the
Yeah,
one.
okay.
That's an anomaly. We
So you say, hold on, left-handed is genius?
most of the people that are left-handed, about 80% of left-handers, out of 5% of left-handers in this world are considered geniuses.
So they be fucking up at school and stuff?
They don't have to fuck up.
Like getting F's in math?
You know why they do it? Because the shit comes easy.
So you get an F because it's easy?
I got an F before because I said this shit was too easy.
You know what? That's the ignorant
I'm not
ass
gonna
shit
do
you
it.
tell
No.
your parents.
No, it was
If
easy.
it was that easy.
No, it was. I'm not gonna do it.
If it was that easy, motherfucker,
It
you
was.
just blow through it and get it done
But
quick.
no.
Ain't no way in hell
You know,
you gonna
some-
tell
no,
me
some-
it was
no,
easy,
no.
so I didn't do it.
No, some geniuses are like this. Was
I
like,
hear that
I'm not gonna
bullshit.
do that. You're not challenging me.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Now, when my daddy put his foot in my ass and punched the lights out of me
Bullshit.
and made me see stars, I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it because this motherfucker's crazy."
I don't hear that shit. Man.
But it's be like this.
I ain't do it because I'm a genius. It's too
But
easy.
gee,
for me,
it's
so I
too
ain't gonna
easy.
do it.
It's too easy. Who you call when you need computer work?
Do you believe that?
Who you call when you need computer work?
I don't call
This
nobody.
genius right here. This genius right here. That's who you call. This genius.
Who called?
Right?
You
You
do
do.
my own computer work.
You call me.
You gonna call you feel?
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
When
really?
I need computer work, I call.
I don't call
You ain't
nobody
never
computer.
call me and say, "Hey, cuz, how you do this?" Just like when I don't know shit about handyman and shit.
No.
I need you.
No,
I
do
need you.
not call you.
I don't know
if
shit.
I call you,
Look, my floors was messed up on one day. I
let's
said,
get this
"Cuz,
nigga
how I
here.
get
I'm
this
gonna get this
floor?"
nigga locked up. When I call you, it's because I want you to download some program illegally.
Why? Because I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Can I have some of that?
There we go.
All right, I'm a
phone and genius. Shit.
To get back to the matter at hand, I think at some point within our lives, being 80s babies, you at the top of the eight. You at the top of you at the beginning, and I'm at the end of
There
the
we go.
decade.
You're at the top, I'm at the bottom.
Right, some real homosexual shit.
Pause and pause and pause again.
But I think with us both being 80s children, we kind of are the anomalies to that. 80s and 90s babies are
I agree with that.
Selfish.
You know why? Because we ain't got no crack.
this nigga won't let the crack go.
And that's the problem. But I mean, I'm joking, but I'm being serious.
I don't buy that.
I honestly, but most of it broke down when cocaine became readily available to the poor. Because you had to be rich
But
to
you know
have
what?
coke.
That's not what turned the baby self. That's what kind of started to separate
I mean,
the
just
family.
but you can't talk about that child being selfish if that foundation to teach them otherwise ain't there. And that was the start, like with all these 80s babies and everything, that was the start of that breakdown. Not every person had it, but that devastated the whole country. Every inner city, that devastated. And that became, whether or not your person was directly like that mother or that father that had it, but it was somebody in there directly associated with those children or whatnot that broke that down. Now, if you don't have no, if they're breaking it down, you don't have nobody to lead you or teach you something like that. Of course, now it's like I ain't got nobody, ain't nobody been here to show me. So everything I'm getting is all about me. Because I got to make sure the survival of me now.
I can kind of understand that what you're saying, but I think I would take cocaine and blame it on the breakdown of the family.
And Ronald Reagan.
Reaganomics had a lot to do with how the 80s wound up, but I wouldn't say that just because it was a split family, because I hate to say a broken family, but because of the split family, because you had a lot of single parents. I hate to say that.
But you can go say the point, but I'm gonna counter that.
That was the reason that children became self. And I mean, I can see how, because you had a single parent, because now they get a lot more responsibility. Some of the things they have to do, you know.
I'm a child of that, and then also like this never happened with me.
You're a child of crack?
Not a child of crack.
Oh, okay.
You know, the responsibility, because I had like my mother, my birth mother, and my father, they never were married or anything like that. They was just together for that moment, which produced this wonderful.
Time out. No, you're not gonna lie. They weren't together for that moment. They were in a relationship.
Well, you know what I mean.
No,
I don't know.
Daddy was just tapping it.
Listen, my daddy didn't know I was there until my mama left. My mama left.
Right, they broke up.
Right,
they broke up.
Cause my mama left.
And now ask me how I know, because Daddy tell me this story every weekend.
Okay.
He told me and Noel this story last weekend.
Oh, for real?
We talked about.
Tell me the story, because ain't nobody telling me nothing.
Well, the story was my dad and your mom were together for a while they was in high school. Dad and your mom broke up.
Mm-hmm.
Dad didn't know your mom was
Right.
pregnant.
I knew that part because my mom moved to the west side.
Right, but they were in a relationship. But they were in high school at the time.
But Daddy told me, he said, man, I liked your mom, but I couldn't be with her because I had all these other women.
Nah.
That's what he told me.
Nah.
He didn't tell me that.
Nah.
Okay.
Daddy wasn't never a player.
But he told me that.
You know who the player was? Your granddad.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you had a situation. You had the situation.
And then I got friends that, because of that self, placing the selfishness too, with the, I'm gonna say it, broken family dynamic. They got the mother at one hand, the father on the other hand. It's like they're trying to compete with that child's effect. I want you to love me more than mom. I want you to love the daddy. I want you to love the daddy more than you love the mom. I didn't have that in that sense, so they would just buy their kids, try to get some kids like, shoot, I'm supposed to have this. Yeah, you want me to spend the weekend over here? You want me to stay home this week? What you got for me? I know people that's like that.
I've seen social media, YouTube, children products of split homes who get the best Christmas ever.
Hey, you got 2 Christmases.
Yeah. I'm going to go over here. Dad got me an Xbox One. Mom got me a PS4. Grandma on my dad's side bought me an iPhone. Grandma on my dad's side brought me an iPad.
I.e. my child. No. But yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see all of those factors. And not just, even though I keep saying crack. I can see all those factors playing into that.
Well, I don't see how that would play into the actual 80s babies as far as how they react towards their significant others.
I can see that. I can see that because a lot of things I learned, everything in life is a learned behavior. Everything you do in life is a learned behavior.
We're humans. Everything is learned behavior with us.
Well, that's the common knowledge.
Right.
You take us, for example, all 3 of us. We know what it is. We know how it is living with our parent that were married. They're married. They're still married. Even though let's say we may not want to be married, or you may want to be married, or whatever. That's irrelevant. But you see that dynamic.
For the record, I do want to be married.
No, I'm not saying that either way. But you see that dynamic, so you know Well, even your marriage be different, whatever. But you got a understanding from seeing it of what a marriage is.
Right.
You take that child that doesn't have that. So that automatically puts a sense of self. Not
I
automatically.
don't know. You get a lot of them.
You can't put a sense of
You get a lot
selfishness
of
in
them who
that.
didn't have that. Who
wanted to.
more.
That's
you know,
right.
Not to
Right.
delve too deep into things, but my lady, her mother and father, they were married, but it didn't last.
Mhm.
And she wants to be married. She wants that family. She wants to be in that. You know, she isn't one of
But you know
those
what?
children that are a product that says, okay, well, this didn't last, so I'll never want to be married.
But that goes into this generation now.
No, but I think
A lot of them, I like that.
This is our
Yeah.
generation. This is the generation that they say are selfish.
But I think
Yeah.
it's different when you talk about selfishness from women to men.
I think women are way more selfish than us.
But you know, I think
I
it's
actually
acceptable.
disagree with that.
Oh, I think women are more selfish than men, but I just think it's acceptable. You know what I'm saying? I think we accept the fact that women think about their self first in certain things because when you really get into a relationship, because they
you see it when you're in a relationship.
but see, for the most on the top layer, they do so much for the significant other. You know, most of the time, like they do the little things, like they cook for you. You know what I'm saying? Some of them clean the house.
But try to have a quick little break just for an hour.
I mean, they do something. They cater to their man a lot. So the times when, but they do a lot of selfish things, but we just
silly shit.
We just accept it. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact, oh, that's my lady, that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? And you don't think twice about it.
Well, does it go back to when we started, when we said, okay, if I do this for him, then I expect this to be done for me.
Yeah, oh, women like that. Oh, hell yeah. If I do this for him, this better get done for me over here. You know what I'm saying?
But with that, I do agree that us being men, women are supposed to expect a certain level of something from us.
What is
being as their man, being as that leader.
A certain level of what?
I ain't talking about monetary.
I know, but I mean, what
But
exactly do you mean? When
I feel that they supposed to hold us up at a certain, because we are that man, we are that leader of that household, or supposed to be that leader of that relationship. I can't say exactly what
I think it
that
all
is.
depends on the woman that you with, because some women won't agree with that. Some women don't.
Oh, I know.
Some women will let you be the head of the household, but won't let you hold that title. They don't want it to be.
Explain that, because I don't get it. How would they want us to be, but don't let us be that title?
Because you're gonna do everything that the head of the household does, but the minute you say that I'm the head, what I say goes. It's no.
It's the idea of having.
It's the
idea of having that
us
placeholder.
It's the idea of us being equal in a relationship. We can go back to a few episodes back when we talked about this. Now, as long as it's one of those things where as long as it's not said, it's fine. You're okay with taking on all the responsibilities, and that's not to say that your woman not gonna help you or whatever the case may be. But any of what they consider to be the head of the household entails, it's okay for you to take on that responsibility until you say, I'm the king. This is my domicile. You know what I mean? Like those trigger words would be like, hold on, what the fuck you mean you the king? What you mean you run this? You know what I mean? But as long as you acting a part and you don't put that title on it, it's not a problem. When you put that title on it, then it becomes an issue.
I can see that. Especially if you get some women that didn't grow up with that daddy in the house.
Even if you have some women that grow up with that daddy in the house, because a lot of times, I think, and I don't want to sound like I'm beating women down, but a lot of times women with fathers in the house with them teach them sometimes to not listen to a man. You don't need a man for nothing. You don't need a man to show you how to do that because I'm showing you how to do this. You know what I mean? At some point, and I'm not saying that all women should bow down to a man. I'm not saying that at all. But and as asshole-ish as this is gonna sound, we both have roles in this relationship. Yeah. You know what I mean? So let me play my part and you play your part.
My role is to make the money.
No,
bring it in. You supposed to cook my food,
because
be barefoot and pregnant, and suck my dick and break biscuits at the same time.
The views.
That was all joking. Made y'all laugh, right?
All the views was popping, yeah.
Do not reflect.
Hold on. All that other stuff I was BSing, but come on. You don't want a bitch that can suck your dick and make biscuits at the same time? From scratch.
Hell no, not at the same time.
From scratch.
I love a biscuit, but I want you to concentrate.
But you know what I mean.
When you give me a small presentation, I want you to concentrate.
Well, when she finishes, you want to make business.
Yeah, once you, I mean,
That's all I'm
but
saying.
the thing is, the biscuits might be for tomorrow, but when she finishes, if it was good, I might be asleep. And if you wake me up for a biscuit, I might be upset.
You know when it's good for me? If I
you
can get up and
put me
be
to sleep?
energized.
From that, and you wake me up for a biscuit, I'll probably give you a kiss.
Right.
She old enough for me to not let me go to sleep hungry, baby. You got to get you something in your system before you go to sleep. I ain't trying to go across on one. You know what I mean?
Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause guess what? I don't need that right before I go to sleep. I got a little extra weight on me already.
I
probably
just got rid of my weight.
I'm saying, I don't need to put that on there. That's a good diet. You know what I'm saying? Suck it out of me and let me go to sleep. That's what I'm good with that part. So all that.
It looked like you had something to say in regards to all that, because you had that look on your face when you got something to say
in regards to which part?
about the rolls.
Uh,
And I ain't talking about the biscuits.
Not in particular. I just I believe everybody has their role to play. I do believe that some women have an issue with, and I mean I hate to put this on like saying new age because that but that is a new age thing. That is a more recent turn of events when you're not supposed to say that you're the head of the house. You're just supposed to come in there and do all the head of the house work, and then when people ask, it's supposed to be, oh no, we do this and we make the decisions and everybody gets French at that point. But the thing is, I mean, and we talked about it already. In order for a relationship to work, first off, you have to take yourself out of it. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to think about the person who you're in a relationship with. And that's just how it's like when you're the man in a relationship, you're supposed to think about the things that you should do to make this work for the woman that you have with you. Because your job in that relationship is to make her feel safe. Mm-hmm. Saying is to make her feel special. Saying is to make her feel wanted. Is to make her feel needed. But at the same time, that's her job also. You know
Well, you know the thing about that is a man that wants those same things in return. A man that wants that reciprocity is considered to be soft. Because it's not cool for a man to say, I want to feel wanted, or I want to feel needed, or I want to feel any of those things that you name.
Well, shit, I ain't cool then.
Because I tell them
I don't feel like you want me, and I don't feel like you need me. Fuck you. I'm out of this
I don't
bitch.
fuck with... No, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. But if those things are not given back, you know what I'm saying? That's why you have a lot of relationships that are... Because this is the thing. It's very, very easy to start a relationship. Yeah. It's hell to get out of a relationship.
Not so much.
You know, I can agree with
this.
this.
It's actually hell to maintain a relationship.
No. What I'm saying is it's hell to get out of a relationship. When I say that, because even when it starts to go downhill, nobody wants to be responsible
for the breakup.
I think it depends on how much time you've put into this relationship.
Well, I mean, you know what? To me, it's not a relationship until you pass that 1 year mark.
Even still, I think 1 year...
if you suck my dick and try to kiss me, then that means that it's a relationship.
I think all of us...
Because that means you comfortable.
No, that don't.
That means, no, if she sucked my dick and tried to kiss me after she did it, we go together. I may not... I'm going to move away. I'm like, that's yours.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you with. You have to... Oh, don't you kiss me. What's wrong with you?
You got karate?
You got the karate, you know what I'm saying? Gotta hit it with that little... What was that? Is that the how you gonna
Sorry, you can.
You got it.
So I mean, I say that because I think all of us have been in our situations for quite some time. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I put a ring on it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I've been with my lady for 8 years. You been with your lady
longer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't gonna put it number on it. Damn, I was actually kicking to you. Well, don't give me no mic.
Don't give me no mic shit.
No, but I was saying that because as I was saying, we all been in our situations for a while, so we all know our ladies.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully they know us.
Sometimes that's questionable.
Well, you know what? You know what? I think when we don't give our women enough credit, they do know us, and I think the fact that They know how to push our buttons. They know what to say and do. We brush it off as saying, "We've been with me for so damn long. You should know this was gonna get under my skin."
Mm-hmm.
And we give them that out to say, "Okay, she just don't fucking understand."
I don't give my lady that out. I don't give my lady that out.
You know,
if my lady do something, I go the fuck off.
Yeah,
and then I say,
I do.
I'm going off because you did that shit on purpose.
Yeah, I kind of do. And then I can see my problem is I don't know how to shut up after I feel that you did something that you know was going to piss me off.
But you know what? I don't know if that's so much of a problem. Because see, you say you don't know how to shut up, and my thing is I don't know how to not shut up.
And
I don't know how to keep talking. Like when early in a relationship, communication is real big. You know what I'm saying? Because you cultivate a relationship. But with me, once we've been together so long, and I feel we're supposed to know each other, communication breaks down. So like you'll do something, and I just shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk to you about it or nothing, and I just hold that in for like weeks.
When I get to that point, it's like, you know how your girl know that breaking point, like, this motherfucker serious. When I get to where you at, she not saying she don't know I'm serious before. When I get to that part where you at, it's like she like, I need to shut the fuck up. I need to apologize and I need to sit down and I actually need to shut the fuck up. Listen, because when I get to that point, which is very rare, but I'm that dude that be like, sip my god.
But you know the thing about that is, if what we need to PSA ladies.
Just don't piss us off on the show.
No, it ain't that. You gonna piss the person off, but I'm gonna tell you like I tell kids. I tell children all the time too. An apology goes a long way. Even if most of the time you don't mean it. If your man or somebody going in on you, just say I'm sorry. You know what, baby? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that there.
They not gonna do it.
No, it's not the fact that they're not gonna do it, but just telling the woman to say, "Oh, I'm sorry."
No,
I'll get that sarcastic. I'm sorry.
No,
yeah, that's not.
That's
what I'm saying.
I'm trying to get out of here. You have to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. That's not what I meant. You're saying even if you didn't mean you were sorry, you have to sound like you meant it. Because guess what? In the middle of them fussing, if you say you're sorry and you sound like you meant it, it's gonna take away from whatever. He gonna still want to fuss for a minute, but like, well, okay, shit. She said she was sorry. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, they're gonna leave it alone. I might fuss for another 5 minutes after that. But if I've got the I'm sorry, and it sounded genuine, I'll leave it alone. I won't be mad for 2 weeks. But if we go in and then you still brush it off like whatever you did, oh well, I just supposed to deal with it, there's no remorse there, come on, man, it's water roses. I ain't got shit else to say to you.
And you know what? That's a issue that I've had in the past.
But you know what? In all fairness, I think that it's more of a two-way street. Because there are some men out here, and I don't think it's any at this table, but there's some men out here that's feminine as hell.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some men out here who sometimes just need to hit their woman with I'm sorry in the middle of her going in on him. You know
It is.
It's a two-way street. So I don't want to just put that off on the ladies and say, hey ladies, you know, this is for all of us. Especially when you know you fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
A simple acknowledgement of the fuck up and sincere, or what looks to be sincere apology, it goes a long way.
Well, if we giving relationship advice, you know what I'm saying, on a whole, then we're going to say a sincere apology and stop minimalizing or trivializing what other people do for you. Stop using the term never. You should take never and throw it out when you're not. Don't ever, because what you'll do is you set the groundwork for things to not happen for you. Or stop telling the person what they always do and what they never do. You know, because at the end of the day, that's something for them to slap you in the face with. Because like you'll say, you never pick up your socks when you come in the room. But then come out, well, what did I just do? Well, that's the only time you did it. Well, if that's the only time I did it. So you can't say I never did it. Or stop saying like, you always leave this here. I mean, what it is, so when that person, because it's male or female, when that person does do something for you, you know, out of the kindness of their heart, and things like that, it seems like you did not recognize that time. Because now when you get into an argument, you're going to say they never do something. It's like, I just did this for you the other day, but that was only one time. The amount of time shouldn't matter if I did it.
Nope, it does to me.
What?
I'm going to tell you why. I'm a proponent of, if I'm willing to do something for you when you ask me to do it and it actually really gets on your nerves, why shouldn't you do something like that gets on? Why shouldn't you put forth the effort to do something I ask you.
That's that selfish. That's that I'm doing this because I want you to do this.
But like I got a thing about shoes in the middle of the floor. You know what I'm saying? When I come in, I got a big thing about that.
Okay.
A few times people, I was like, "Can you do me a favor, please? Can you please, even if it's just there all day, can you put your shoes up on your rack when you go to bed?"
I got a question. How long has she been leaving her shoes in the middle of the floor?
Now she don't do it no more.
That wasn't my question.
She don't do it no more. It's been a minute.
Question.
It's been long.
No. I'm asking when you started the relationship, was she putting her shoes in the middle of the floor?
And when we first moved in together,
she was putting her shoes in the middle
and
of the
I
floor.
would ask her, I'll say, "Hey,
okay,
no."
But you would ask her not to do it. But she was putting her shoes in the middle of the floor when y'all started this relationship, right? When y'all got into it, right?
When we got into living with each other.
Right. She was putting her shoes in the middle of the floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that a deal breaker? Because see, this is what we have to realize about relationships.
Okay, I'm explaining.
You see, you went into that relationship now trying to change her.
Hold on.
If she puts her shoes in the middle of the floor, guess what? If it bothers you that much, you should have moved. Because guess what? You know.
No, I did.
You know when you get home, those shoes gonna be in the middle of the floor.
No. Listen. How we were raised, as far as like with cleaning, and I know everybody ain't the same way. But also if you're gonna go into that, relationships are about compromise too. They're about no. Yes, they are. Yes,
you know
they
what
are.
You know who's compromises in a relationship? You compromise with yourself. What a relationship is about is
ain't that compromise within yourself?
No. You understanding me? You trying to say a relationship is the two people compromising with each other to make adjustments in their life, and that's not what a relationship is. What a relationship is a compromise with yourself to look at a person honestly and say, okay, these are the negatives, these are the positives. Can I deal with these negatives? If I can deal with these negatives, then I want to move forward with this person. A relationship is not about going in there and saying, okay, I love her, she got the perfect shape, her mentality is great, and she can cook a hell of a meal. And the negative is she leave her shoes in the middle of the floor. If I can get her to stop leaving her shoes in the middle of the floor, then I can be in this relationship.
So if I was to think this way and just gather what you're saying is, I'm just supposed to not care about something that annoys me.
Well, no, I don't think that's the case. What he's saying is, if you use, and I understand both arguments, but his argument is basically what it is. The difference is your views on compromise are different than his views,
which is respectable.
His views on compromise are from within. Your views on compromise are between the two parties. His views on compromise is if you see that, okay, the shoes out of the deal, you compromise within yourself to say, you know what, I'm just going to have to deal with these shoes being on the floor. I'll put them away. Your thing is, if that's going to be his argument, shouldn't she compromise within herself to say, I'm going to move these shoes, right?
Because I know that's a pet peeve.
But I'm pretty sure she has some things about you.
Yeah, I know that. I know.
But her compromise should be that, okay, can I deal with the negatives that I see about him?
But if you call me on some of my stuff too, why can't I just call you on it? It's not.
I don't like that. I don't like that because I have issues with that. I've had issues with if I call you on something, you want to throw back at me something that I.
I'm not doing it like saying as soon as you say something, well, you don't do this. I'm not saying it in that sense. I'm putting it in we're family, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody on the outside can talk about that's the wrong thing. That's wrong.
I understand what you're saying. It's like your people. Nobody outside of your circle can talk about somebody in your circle.
Right. I didn't want to go in that because I think that's kind of changing the dynamic of what I'm trying to say. But I'm like, we're in a relationship with each other, right? I'm about to be married. Mm-hmm. Like this isn't an issue anymore or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And you ain't gonna never get the person that like with everything. There's always gonna be something. Mm-hmm. And like I said, you deal with it because you know you love that person, and I understand all that. Knowing that I come from a clean, like not saying she's clean.
Yeah. I mean, it's OCD. I understand.
And knowing, with me and knowing that I got OCD, I do.
I mean,
and knowing
was down the heritage.
Right.
Y'all was bred OCD.
And knowing that I have issues sometimes walking and the space that we have, and you put it in the space that I got to walk. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to keep waking up, getting out the bed, going to the bathroom. I'm tripping over 6-inch heels or stuff like that because in the morning I have to do like a stretching thing or something, and I can't walk that well because of my injury. You knew this coming in the door, and I can't just keep getting down. I'm not saying.
The day you die.
You damn right.
Injury 30 years ago. Shit.
What
you walk fine. You in the gym, nigga.
What you say?
You with me shooting in the gym?
What you say? Everybody lose a femur in their leg, G.
Everybody lose a femur in their leg, G. Come on.
But I'm saying, like, you get into those little areas, like, we don't have that issue at all anymore. It's cool.
Honestly,
But it's like if you can say something, just like you can say something to me because we family and I'm supposed to listen. I'm like, you know what? Damn, that does get on your nerves. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, like I said,
I should be able to do the same to you.
I say something to my lady just to be saying shit half the time.
Well, that's
started
because
off,
you got that Dame Dash complex.
No, but I'm saying it started off like one thing. I got to think with my side of the bed.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? My lady stays on my side of the bed, and my only issue with my side of the bed, you know how it is when you first get to bed. It's cool.
Yeah.
Nobody there. So what she'll do is lay on my side of the bed the whole day, or right up until it's time for her to go to sleep. Then when I come in, it's like, okay, now she's gonna jump on her side of the bed. But now my side of the bed is warm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, God, I ain't even warmed it up myself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the whole side. You know what I'm saying? But I'll come in there and say something. But guess what? I don't expect that to change.
Right.
When I come in, I say something just for the hell because I know if I don't say something, she's gonna think something wrong with me now. So I walk in and say, God damn, you still on my side of the bed?
He must love me today.
Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? So understand the fact of the matter, it started off as, okay, this is irking me. But at some point, I think it's the fact of the matter, you just bring it up now, just to bring it up.
Now, I don't bring it up because we don't have an issue no more.
What, she get put up on her side now?
I'm talking about she put the shoes up.
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
You know why she say?
There you go, player.
She put the shoes up, and I know, like, certain, like, she acting one thing, and it's the compromise because I love my lady.
You say
It
so?
ain't I'm gonna leave you because you keeping your shoes on the floor or anything like that. But you have to have understand, like, okay, when you move, it's a big deal when you're moving with somebody because habits have to change. Some habits have to change.
I don't believe that.
Because I do believe it because you're living with that other person.
I don't believe it. It depends on what.
It depends
on what the
I don't
habit
care
is.
what
now,
you
if
say.
You wiping your ass
Some
with
habits got to
face rags,
change.
I mean, if you wiping your ass with face rags and leaving them on the room floor, yeah, that got to change.
Well, no, because if we going by your theory on compromise,
You don't change
if
it.
that's not enough to make you walk
Oh no,
away.
that's a deal breaker.
Okay.
Shit your face down.
That's a deal breaker. You wiped your ass with my face rag?
Maybe where they came from, they were rich. You know, you go into restaurants, the rich restaurants, they don't keep paper towels. They give
That's
you
no, nigga,
paper
that's to
towel.
dry your hands.
Maybe
That ain't to
No,
wipe
no,
your
that's-
ass.
Yeah, they got them wipe ass too.
Got
Some-
to wipe your ass.
Right.
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 I thought you was going to say it's not to wipe your face with.
Right.
No, that's not to wipe your ass.
But I'm just probably a bad example, but I'm gonna run with it. And
No, that's a deal breaker, nigga. If she wiping her ass or he wiping his ass with your face rags, they need to go.
but still though, with your theory,
They need to go. It's a deal breaker. My theory was you look at the negatives to see if you can live with that. If you come out your face and say you can live with a person wiping their ass with your rags,
Well, I mean, if you can.
but can't you just say these your rags and these are mine?
no.
Don't touch my shit.
Because see, guess what? If you're a female, he gonna expect you to wash them.
Yeah. And in turn, all of them is her rags.
Yeah, nah. Then guess what? You wash him and you forget which one he wiped his ass with.
But when I don't care. Even let's take this out of non-man, the female ratio. Like if me and my brother move in together, certain habits that we have.
There's a difference now.
Why? Because that's my brother.
That's a roommate thing and not a relationship thing.
Oh, okay. You still okay? You can't say it's a roommate.
Yeah, that's
you can say it's a roommate.
Yeah, but that's a roommate
Right.
situation now. So now in a roommate situation, there are boundaries you have to respect in this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, look, if you want to leave your shoes in the middle of the floor, whatever, you do that in your space. You know what I'm saying? Now we cohabitate certain parts of that living area. So there's a difference in, you know what I'm saying? Well, what you're saying is totally down. Now you can go the fuck off all the time. Hey, I told you stop leaving your plates on the table in here, whatever. But
Well, let's do it like this then. Keep your motherfucking shoes out the middle of the floor, and I might learn to accept it, according to you.
There's no accepting if it's been fixed. What do you accept?
I'm saying like if it was his shit.
If it's me, I don't. But see, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't go into it asking that person to move their shoes. I'm the person like
Even if it gets on your nerve
I don't have a problem with, like, say, with your situation. I don't have a problem with you telling her that the shoes in the middle of the floor is an issue for you, and you want to try to move there. If that's something that happens day one when y'all move in, you know what I'm saying? Because now you voiced it the first time, whatever. But say like I have an issue with if you let that go for that first week,
and then you say something
2 weeks, and then you say something.
That's an issue. That's the issue. It's like, well, you knew this.
You knew this.
You know, that's what I do.
I don't believe in trying to change a person. I believe in, you know what I'm saying, if there's something going on with that
Well,
person.
I mean, if you speak it from the beginning, you're still trying to change that person.
Well, you know what I'm saying, but see, if we first moved in together, okay, we want to let each other because we don't know what irks each other. Now. So
Right, you gotta
Well,
say
but this is the thing too, though. When you initially move with somebody, them first 2 or 3 days,
you ain't trying to
they
step on
not-
their toes.
no, they not who they really are. Them first 2 or 3 days, they putting their best foot
Whether
forward.
you've been with them for 3, 4, 5 years,
It don't matter
it's
how
that
long
first
you
day you
been
move
with them.
in
The
with
first
them.
2 or 3 days is gonna be the best 2 or 3 days of your life. Everything gonna go to how you feel or how you think it should go. You gonna be doing shit that you don't normally do. She gonna be doing shit she don't normally do.
Dude, I pulled an episode one day and I said, I feel like I'm daddy. Because I know the noon is gone. Been gone. Come to the house. Hey, I said, what the food you said you was about to make? Well, you know, I ate over here and I thought you were going to eat. I'm like, but you said you was going to make this. Well, you know, I can make it now. I don't want nothing to eat now. I'm going to go buy me some. I don't want nothing to eat. I'm not hungry now. I mean, but I'm just saying, like,
On that
that's
note,
when that stuff gone.
we just had that
on that
conversation.
note, we like to thank y'all for listening.
Damn!
You know, we
I
had
struck a chord.
a great show with y'all tonight. You know, it's been wonderful. Stay tuned. There's plenty more to come. You can find me on Twitter at @IM_King J.
This was quick.
Smoke.
Everything with me is Focus One, FOECUZED1. That's at Gmail, at Facebook, at Twitter. Do I get anything else? Instagram.
Xbox Live.
Xbox Live is Focus One. We still looking for 2K victims.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, my Xbox Live is King J 1987. PSN is King J 1113. Smoke PSN is coming soon.
PSN Pain 1982.
PAIN Pain.
Yeah, PAIN Pain. You can follow me at Instagram and Twitter at Papaye, not Papaya. PAPAYEA.
Do you know that my phone autocorrects that to papaya?
Yeah, it does on mine too. Also, you know what? I'm thinking about making a new email so you guys can contact me. It's called, I think I'm going to name it Suck Dick and Bake Biscuits about from scratch at yahoo.com.
Yeah, they ain't gonna let that go. They gonna flag that one.
But see, you can put the little symbols in the mask it.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? I might have to put a suck underscore dick underscore
Spell dick with a
biscuits.
Y instead of
Right, right.
Yeah.
Or just DIC like the TV company. Deek.
Catch our program director at his Instagram is Noah underscore. It's not King Noah. Yeah, it's King underscore Noah underscore. That's his Instagram. His Twitter is Lord LORDE underscore dark skin. That's at Lord LORDE underscore dark skin.
Oh yeah, our next person, you know, that's been doing our young sound and everything, our engineer. You can find him at nolimit.com /Silk-the-Shocker. No, get online. Just tell them where they can find you.
Man, follow me on Twitter at lavish_King Smoke. I just messed that all the way up. It's actually King S.
Yes.
I changed it about a week ago.
Well, it don't matter. He don't care.
It does matter.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry.
They want to see my gorgeous face.
That's Lavish, LAVISH.
That's why you're not a boss.
I've been a boss. Alright.
Follow the crew. We at Facebook is the Almost There Crew. Twitter is the Almost There Crew. Instagram is the Almost There Crew. The website is almostthereshy.com. The email is almostthereshy@gmail.com.
I want to thank y'all for listening. Stay tuned next week. We got a better show in store. See y'all later.
And also, you need to let them know something.
Oh, how could I leave without telling these guys? Please make sure you like, subscribe, and favorite. And also, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Peace, people.